Hey, everybody, let's go over and do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
Panama City Beach declared the most dangerous beach in America.
Oh.
After 3 tourists died in the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend, Panama City Beach in Florida is now the deadliest. 7 people have died at the beach in the last 9 days. And then also, the rip currents.
They're crazy right now.
Yesterday, and I knew him a little bit, but he played quarterback at Arkansas. I played in the NFL for 7 years. His name was Ryan Mallett. He drowned because a rip current pulled him under. Yeah, he coached, high school coach in Arkansas.
Oh, my gosh.
We're super sad. But Eddie and I were just talking about this, and when it's like most dangerous, you think just crime only.
Yeah, I was thinking shark attacks maybe too.
Oh, I didn't think shark attacks. I literally thought like robbing and guns, but it's also rip currents.
Drownings. Gosh.
Yep. There have already been 60 surf zone deaths at beaches in the U.S. this year, close to 69 total deaths in all of last year. So it's almost to that point.
Wow.
I wonder what's up. Like what's happening, with the climate, the weather, the season. It's so different. But yeah, really tragic. The Ryan Mallett story yesterday. It's tragic when anyone, but he's a public figure, and I knew him
that's crazy.
From playing ball at Arkansas. That's from Fox News. A man in California was sentenced to federal prison this week after he was convicted in a $9 million Ponzi scheme where he claimed to turn cow manure into green energy.
Oh, wow.
That'd be
Except
cool.
the Lunchbox would try. And it is. It was just like...
I don't even understand how people fall for that one.
A Central Valley man was sentenced to federal prison Monday after he was convicted of this, where he said he could turn basically poop into energy. According to U.S. Attorney Philip Talbert's office, the guy got 6 years and 9 months.
Wow.
He said he stole between $8.75 million from investors, where he claimed he could build these digesters on dairy farms, and they would break down poop into methane gas, and then could be sold as green energy. And probably people are like, I don't get it, but it sounds cool. So, yeah, I'll invest. They got him. That's a lot of money. He touted that investors would receive 66% on all net profits with tax incentives. And then they got fake pictures of the digesters.
Oh, man.
Fake documents to show the progress was being made. This is like the Bernie Madoff stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what he would like, look, you made money. Here's this. And he'd give people money. Wild.
But what if they wanted to go see the place? And there's no place.
Probably closed that day.
That's what makes me think of
Yeah, probably closed that one day. They wanted to get there.
Theranos when people wanted to tour what she had going on.
Ryan Seacrest is the next Wheel of Fortune host. Ryan Seacrest will take over as the host of Wheel of Fortune when Pat Sajak retires after the 23-24 season. He says it's a full circle moment. And I saw a lot of jokes like, Ryan, leave people jobs. This one's really personal to Ryan because Merv Griffin was like his mentor. And that's Merv Griffin's show.
Oh, wow.
So I don't think it's Ryan just jumping out going, I'd like to do Wheel of Fortune, although that would be fun. But I think this one's like super personal to him because Merv was like the dude that really helped him out a lot. So good for Ryan. Ryan's always been awesome to me. So super cool. Lunchbox wanted the job. I know you didn't get it, buddy.
Sad news, sad day for me when I saw the story. I was like, dang it.
Because you did like reach out in an email.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't even give me a fair shot.
They probably gave you a fair shot.
I want to hear Seacrest's demo reel.
I think his life is a
Probably
demo reel.
good.
Yeah.
So does that mean he'll still be on Idol too?
Yeah. But he's off Kelly and Ryan.
Oh, is that why he left that?
And no, I think the back and forth. Listen, I don't know. But I'm just going to say, I know he was flying back and forth. And that's a grind. And he was doing the radio show and the TV show and Idol. But now I think he's back in L.A. and he gets to do all that stuff living there. So I've heard. No, yeah. All right, fill your schedule to become more desirable in the dating world, experts say. This is from Mantelligence.com. If you want people to like you, well, don't be available. That's generally the rule anyway. Because if you're like, I'm always available, we'll do whatever you want. People are like, why are they all so available? Do people not like to be with them?
Well, that's also could be Lunchbox's problem with Wheel of Fortune. He was too available.
I don't think that's the problem.
Oh, maybe you're
I
right.
don't think that was it.
You're right. I was willing to move.
And Ryan's so busy, and they went with him.
They were like, okay, yeah, there's no time. So there's that. Successful people say one of the top predictors of success is arriving and leaving at the same time every day.
Oh,
Wow.
consistency.
That's it. That's it. Because you get trusted. If you're consistent, I trust you to be consistent. I love consistency. There's not a sexier word than consistency.
What
you
if
start to
you're-
say it again.
Consistency.
I'm getting turned on.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not going to say it.
What if you're consistently late, and then you leave real early?
Yeah, that's not being consistent. That's inconsistent.
No, but you consistently, you're
you
late
You
every
get
day.
fired. Then you get fired. You're not going to be consistently late because you get fired.
Good point.
Yes. People who rise up the corporate ladder tend to consistently arrive early and almost at the exact same time every single day. They also tend to leave work at the exact same time every single day. So superiors see them go. They know exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it, why they're doing it. It's all about consistency.
Okay.
You're nodding.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the leaving part. That's interesting. I like it. I mean, obviously the arriving part makes a lot of sense, but people probably don't think through. It means they're dedicated to what their day looks like, and they need to get out and go home, and they have priorities. I like it.
Now she starts leaving earlier. Waking up in a bad mood can ruin your day. Scientists found out that when the morning starts, if you think it's going to be stressful, well, it's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Often we have a bad day. Even in the case where nothing distressing actually happens, if we feel like it's going to happen, even though it doesn't, we feel like it happened by the end of the day because we already had that thought at the beginning of the morning. So if you start your day and you're in a bad mood, they say it's best not to dwell and move on. Well, yeah, it's best. Well, I agree it's
Move
best,
on.
but it's easier said than done. I had a rough night last night, to be honest with you. We have put in this new alarm system in our house. We've had issues, and we like to have alarms. And our dogs are still probably the best indicator because if a leaf blows the wrong way, they are protecting the fortress. They think it's their castle, and they're looking out windows all the time. So if the dogs are something that usually it's nothing, but it's always something, meaning it's nothing bad, but there's something out there if they're going crazy. And the dogs are just, bah, 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 bah. It's like 12:31 in the morning, and the alarm is going, boop, boop. Look, it's a new sound because it's a new alarm. And I've been listening to podcasts with AirPods when I sleep a little bit because I'd leave it on and my wife would have to listen to it. So sometimes I'll just put one ear in and lean on one side of my head. And she's like, hey, and I couldn't hear it. She goes, it's beeping, it's beeping. I was like, I don't recognize the sound. It's a new alarm. And then the dogs are going crazy. And so when you wake up and you don't know what's going on, and I'm already really sensitive about that anyway, my heart's racing. I'm thinking somebody's in the house, but I don't want her to think that I'm scared because this is one of those moments where she's really going to continue to formulate an opinion on if I'm going to protect her or not.
Right.
And although I'm scared to death, I can't let her see that I'm scared to death because I have to have control of the situation. And so I'm trying to like go through the settings, and it's like there's an issue with one of the sensors, but I don't have my glasses on. At one point, I put a pair of glasses on, I grabbed another pair of glasses, tried to put them over the glasses. I was so out of it. And so it was about an hour. I ended up working on that alarm, but I never got back to normal. Like my heart never got all the way back down. The dogs were yelling and barking because there was beeping. And the beeping was because something wasn't set up right with it last night. But I just am like fried because I never got back to sleep last night. And it just scares the crap out of me because I have all that trauma anyway from being broken into and robbed and stuff.
So you're like trying to fix it, but then also thinking like, is this beeping because someone's in the house and they're going to come up behind me?
Not behind me, but what I did was I couldn't get it to stop beeping, so I just had to go search the house.
Oh.
And that's what I did.
Were you armed and ready?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, he had his shoes on. He was ready to run.
No, I was just in my underwear, but I did have my fists up.
Okay, you're armed then.
Yeah,
you're armed.
I didn't think. I have a gun right there by the bed. I did not grab it because I don't know why I didn't think about it then. Usually I do. First thing I do is grab it.
Yeah.
But
Because you were like, hey, babe, no big deal.
it was not. I was not. I was scared to death. There's probably a little pee on front of
Showing
my
her
underwear.
that.
No, even then. So I went searching the house and I was like so slow and scared. She wouldn't see me. I was like, I'll just go hang here. I'm gonna go check every room, and I would like look around the corner. But I'd look like extra low in case the robber was there. He wouldn't look at eye level. So I was like looking like at waist level. I'd pull my eyes around, but I was low down. And the dogs are chasing me through the house. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? It was dramatic. So that was last night. And I think we got the alarm fixed. But what are we talking about to even get into
It'll
this?
be
Just
moody.
sad.
You're like grumpy
If you
in the
wake up
morning.
in a bad
Bad-
mood,
Oh,
you're
yeah, I
gonna
was
have
grumpy
a
as crap
bad
this morning.
day.
So did you move on, like the story says?
I feel
Yeah.
fine. I'm not grumpy. I'm just tired now
Okay.
because I got like 3 hours sleep last night. And
Well-
I fought an intruder. I'm going to change the story. I fought an intruder and saved our house.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
good. Yeah. What?
You can start telling yourself that you just need rest. Because the more you say over and over that you're tired or exhausted,
I'm almost on a road just once.
I know, but this is just once now.
No, I'm done. I've moved on.
Oh, you're done?
I actually feel good now.
Well, then
yeah.
good. You've moved on.
Yeah, see?
Okay. Well, I was just going to encourage people to use the more positive word.
Just say I need rest.
Yes.
I need a nap.
I need rest. You're acknowledging
He
that
falls
you
right
need
asleep.
rest.
I mean, I could.
Pink, shocked as a fan throws her mom's ashes up on stage. Did you guys see the video?
Mm-mm. I heard about
So Pink was at a concert and a fan threw a bag of her mom's cremated ashes on the stage. And Pink was kind of cool about it. I mean, it's weird. But she was like, is that your mom? She goes, I don't know how I feel about this. But it stayed there. I guess the mom loved Pink, or maybe they had some, shows they went to together.
Wow.
But it's like if you do that, what you should do is take the bag, cut a hole in the bag, and just slowly put them out while the concert's happening. Not throw the whole bag up there. Like if you want to leave them there, you can do it without it being seen. I don't think anybody would care because they don't know.
Yeah.
They might think it's a bag of cocaine or something.
Okay. Dark cocaine.
Gray.
Or
It's great.
Honestly,
I don't know what it looks like. Either.
Ashes? Oh, I have. Yeah, I
Ashes.
do. I mean, I've never seen cocaine except movies.
I assume that's white.
But I'm saying it's white. It's like ashes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think they should just pour it out while they're watching the
I'm
show?
saying if you're going to do it, that's what I would do because no one would know the difference. It wouldn't be a big scene. You could
Yeah.
probably just get away with it because there'd be people everywhere.
Okay.
It'd be like if you're going to pour out a cup of water. You just walk around and pour it out. Nobody's going to care.
That's true.
California man mistakenly donates $15,000 instead of $150 to a food program.
Oh, no.
Well, hey, they win.
No, but that's still money they probably need.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yes, it was a bit troublesome at first. So his name's Michael. He was like, hey, this neighbor came over. He was talking about a hunger charity, so I wanted to support it. And so he said, okay, cool. So he donated $150, but then it became 15041, which is $15,041.
Oh, no.
Or $1,500 is what it was. Yeah. And so in the end, he got his money back, but then somebody else donated it to cover it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the guy that runs the charity started sending videos with all the people where the food was going to go with his name and saying thank you, and he was just like,
I didn't do it.
I didn't mean to do $15,000.
Was it 15,000 or 100?
No, it was $15,000. And then
Okay.
when he got his money back, he ended up donating $1,500.
That's what it was.
He upped his donation just because of all the
man.
gratitude they showed. He was just like, but I can't afford $15,000. And what it was is when he was entering his credit card number, he thought he had clicked out of the amount box.
Is that where the 401 came from?
Yes, and those were the last digits of his credit card number. And that's how the cursor was still over that wrong box. And he got all these messages and signs and people singing to him, and he was just like,
He got wings of buildings in his honor. Finally, an episode of Black Mirror has people actually reading their Netflix terms and conditions. This is the one I told you guys about called Joan is Awful.
I still need to see this.
Black Mirror is wild this season. And so the first episode's about a girl, and she has a subscription to Netflix, but it's called Streamberry. And she doesn't read the terms and conditions. But part of it is once you subscribe, you didn't read it all, they can just do a show on your life. They own the rights to your life.
Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy.
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really good. The second episode of Black Mirror, that one's tough. I can't stop thinking about it. The third one's like the greatest episode they've ever made. I don't know that I was as interested in the third one, but for a movie, and Jesse's in it from Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
Aaron Paul, it's like an hour and a half, and it's a movie. It's really good. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but it's awesome.
Now, do you watch them back to back, or do you watch them because I was talking to Kevin in the other room, and he said he watches one and he needs a week off.
You kind of need a palate cleanser. I mean, the best ingredient would probably be to add would be the Disney Plus, or not the Apple Plus, the show, The Coach.
The Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso, yeah.
Just to kind of clean your palate.
Yeah, you need something real positive and goofy. Yeah.
Where do you I forget where to watch Black Mirror.
Netflix
Oh, okay.
or your heart and soul or the future.
All right.
Yeah. All right, that's the news. Thank you.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
All right, back in just a second. Hold on a minute. I'm all for taking a risk if I think it's strategically advantageous. However, this seems too risky. Men can now take Viagra in the form of breath mints. Seems risky.
Yeah, like what? Like you just put it in your mouth for.
And it dissolves. I mean,
Well, it's like, what if I do just want a Mentos or a Certs?
Yeah, I see what you're
You
saying.
know, it's like we got to make sure they look nothing like a mint.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they need to be tie-dye. They need to be just
Something.
I shouldn't be like, oh, I need a mint. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
the
just seems
shape-
awfully risky.
Like in the shape of a V, but it is interesting.
Shape of a
Shape of a V.
A V,
pill?
like that one, you
Viagra?
know, it's V, and that's what you're putting in. But it is
Or it could be like a
interesting.
Flintstones vitamin. It looks like a wiener.
There we go.
Yeah.
Then you'd really be.
Yeah, then
hesitant
you'd
to
be
put that
like,
in your
what?
mouth.
Oh, I know what I'm getting. Yeah.
But I think it's interesting. They're thinking like, oh, we're going to prepare their breath for.
I don't know that that's.
Doesn't go together?
I don't think they're preparing the breath for like the first part of making out. Then
I think it's just making it look more casual so people don't see you taking a Viagra pill.
So is it minty? Like, can you use it for bad breath?
But I don't know that taking a pill. I don't know. You just need to slip a mint.
Because
Like,
I
so
have
quick and be like-
medication that I've dissolved in my
Sure.
mouth before that tastes disgusting.
And also, you just swallow a pill. No one goes, he's swallowing a pill. Everybody, take a look.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something you really have to hide.
Yeah, because if you're carrying around a bottle of Viagra, people know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you
So the
pull it out-
bottle's different. Bottle would be different.
That's what I'm saying. You pull it out and it's like,
But that's
oh,
tricky. That's if it looks like mints. That's why it's so tricky.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't look like an Altoid.
No. In that tin box, no way.
A chewable mint. Same active ingredients, Viagra. Now available with prescription.
Did we ever play that game? We never played that game.
We
did
didn't. Our lawyers, who don't step in a lot, said you can't play Viagra roulette,
Yeah.
which is what we were going to play, which was the funniest game I've ever heard of that we invented. And we did not play Viagra roulette, but what a name. The Hims mints are $6 per mint. And though clinical trials haven't happened, 2/3 of the men who have tried them give them a big thumbs up. And this article doesn't say that, but that's not the only thing that goes up.
I got you.
It just seems.
I see what you're saying.
It just seems risky. All right, Chris Stapleton, you should probably leave. Bobby Bones Show. Call us if you want. We'd love to talk to you. 877-77-Bobby. That's our phone number. Thank you, guys.
Bobby Bones Show.
My gluttony is usually planned if I'm going to go and just eat a bunch of cake or ice cream. I don't really keep myself from having it, but I know that if I just go and have it all the time, I'm just going to eat it all the time. There's no limitations. I don't do moderation well, so I can somewhat control whenever I go crazy. And last night, Tuesday night, I just planned for a nice, sensible evening, healthy dinner, had some work to do, a couple meetings, even late in the evening. Go to bed, come do the show. Got a call from a couple of our friends. They were like, hey, do you guys want to go have a date night? It's like 5:30. Rarely, in my fault, would we be able just to go, yes, we'd love to do it. But we were. I was like, I have a meeting until 7 p.m. But after, we would love to go. It'd be awesome. They happened to be in town. We were in town. We went and had dinner at a place called J. Alexander's. Ever been there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it. It was real good. So we go, and it's like my buddy's favorite restaurant. And he's like telling me everything on the menu. He's like, it's the greatest meal you've ever. But you really can't walk someone into that because there's no way it can live up to the hype. It's like a movie. You can't go, it's the funniest movie you've ever seen. It's the funniest movie you will ever see in your whole life because even if it is, it's not going to meet the expectation. It's like, hey, we got a surprise coming for you. It doesn't matter what the surprise is. It's not really going to live up to what you're building in your head. And so my buddy's like, it doesn't matter what you want. What do you want? Prime rib? What do you want? The spinach queso? He's like, it's the best. He's like, I come out all the time. And I'm just like, I don't want the hype. I just want to eat. And I ordered the prime rib. It was as good as he said.
Wow.
It was
Lived up.
exactly. It was awesome, right? So we're eating, and they want dessert. I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to order dessert myself, but if they're going to get, and he's like, you got to get the carrot cake. Don't usually love carrot cake. Don't hate carrot cake, but never going to choose carrot cake. We do cake walks at church. I never get the carrot cake. It's the last one up.
It's always there, though.
Yeah. Somebody brings carrot cake. Somebody makes carrot cake. Nobody ever takes carrot cake first. I don't hate carrot cake, but fine. So we're doing, he's like, you got to get the carrot cake. I'm like, I don't even really like it, but you write on the stuff, so I'll get the carrot cake. They bring it. It just shows up. It's awesome, right? It's like this warm carrot cake. There's some ice cream.
Wow.
Now, again, my gluttony that I'm now in the middle of, I'm waist deep, just going hard. I've had meat, potatoes. I've had 2 mocktail. What's the drink with leaves in it?
Mojito.
Yeah. 2 mojitos.
Let's go.
I've had 2 mocktail mojitos. Because again,
Mojito.
I don't have any. When I go. And so I'm having all the ice cream. I'm eating Caitlin's cake. She's not eating all of it.
Oh, wow.
There's a brownie. He had part of a brownie. I had part of his brownie. I'm going to town, right? And I felt it. I felt it hit me. Because I have IBS. And I never know my stomach. And I just haven't eaten like that in a long time. And I don't know, probably like that last bite of ice cream. I took a swallow. I felt it just like that.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It shifted.
And I had to go in the bathroom in the restaurant for like 30 minutes.
Oh.
And it was late. I don't even do anything in there. I'm like, oh God. I think and nothing happens, but it always feels like it's about to.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's terrible and nothing happened. But it was, as soon,
My old friend.
it showed up.
I've come
And there's nothing you can do except go, it sucks. But we had an awesome time. I had so much carrot cake and brownie. And then the whole way home, I'm just like, please God, hold on. And then I got home and there's still nothing. But it just feels like, you ever had a urinary tract infection? You always feel like you had to pee?
Yes.
That's what it feels like, but the other way.
Wow.
Sucks.
Yeah.
But we had a great time. And then my alarm went off. It was a whole disaster. But that's the story of great carrot cake.
Okay. And good food.
Food's
Sounds like it.
awesome. Yeah, here's how I like my prime rib. I like that fat on the outside of it.
Yeah.
Like I like for them to leave that fat. Don't shave the fat off. Ask me where I'm from, Arkansas. Okay, that tells you leave the fat on. I like my prime rib fatty.
You should always leave the fat on.
Yeah, but sometimes these frou-frou places I have to go to for work.
They want it lean.
Lean prime rib.
Yeah.
I like my horseradish, radishy. I don't need the cream. And I like my fat on my prime rib. And I like my au jus,
What's au jus?
the dipping sauce.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And then I like secretly a little mustard.
Okay.
But I like a little side mustard so I can dip my prime rib in the mustard. But that's not really appreciated.
Like ketchup. Yeah.
Yeah. But where am I from?
Arkansas.
Well, we put on any condiment in meat.
Did you ask for A1?
No, I'm not. I didn't need it. I had mustard.
Okay.
Some would say mustard's even more hillbilly than A1 on,
Well,
on meat.
for sure, yeah.
Yes. So, but yeah, we had a great time last night. But again, I'm
What is it called?
My belly.
Gristle?
what?
What's the fat called?
Fat.
On
Fat.
Fat.
No.
Yeah, fat.
Deliciousness.
Fat. Everybody. Fat.
Oh, I thought it had a specific name, but like, do you
Yeah,
cut
go-
that part off and eat it with the other part, or do you eat it individually?
That's a great question. I eat my fat with a little bit of meat.
You gotta
Okay.
mix it.
Yeah, because if I go full fat, then I just hate myself. If I got a little meat, at least I feel like there's some nutrition there at some sort, even though there's no difference. I'm eating the fat.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done eating all the fat, I sing the fat song. Fat, 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 fat. Everybody.
Fat.
Okay. A gristle is a chewy, inedible part of meat.
And what?
If there's too much gristle, you might send it back. Listen, I don't even like
I don't send stuff
steak,
back. I don't
but,
send stuff back.
yeah, me neither. But I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean? If it's cold or like not? you
It's
don't-
just, I just take the L.
really?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I used to work at a restaurant. I would see what people would do to food that got
Wait,
sent back.
what do they do?
Different stuff. It just depends what kind of mood they're in. Listen, most of the time probably they're honest and they go fix it. But a lot of times they could do whatever. They could spit on it, fart on it,
Oh.
leave it there, put it in the microwave. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
If you get them in a bad spot, you're giving people access to your food.
But they had access to your food when they gave it to
Yeah,
Yeah,
you.
but they
they
weren't
weren't
mad at you
annoyed
then.
at
They're
you.
not annoyed at you because you're you're
Yeah,
high maintenance.
yeah. Okay.
So I take a lot of L's if that's the case. I'm just like,
Wow.
I'm just gonna take one for the team here and not send it back. Most times, I'm sure people are good, as Luke Bryan once said.
Yeah, he
Most
believes.
people are good. Yeah. Coming up next, we're gonna talk to Ellie Kemper, who played Erin on The Office. I'm a massive fan of The Office. She was Kimmy Schmidt. She has a new podcast. She's super funny. We're gonna talk to her. We'll talk about the final episode of The Office. All that next.